Hey guys, welcome back to Free Car Repair. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Honda Odyssey. We're talking about that generation here from year 2011 to year 2017. If you guys have one of those, you need to find where, guys, you have a problem where actually your Honda Odyssey cranks but does not start. Okay, the engine starter is cranking, the engine is turning over but it doesn't start. We'll explain which fuses you need to check for that specifically. It could be multiple fuses in multiple fuse boxes. We'll explain where they're located, where you can buy cheap fuses and relays, that way you don't waste your money, and why it's important to test fuses and relays. Make sure to stay until the end. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. If you guys have a Honda Odyssey, that generation from year 2011 all the way to year 2017, guys, we will make a video about every single fuse, every relay. Why? Because in the manual sometimes it's not clear what the fuses relays are for. Okay, it could say something like FI. How do you know that this is the fuel injection, but actually it's for the fuel pump? So we're going to make video for every single fuse, every relay, because most of you will eventually even lose your manuals and they're not clear written, guys. We're doing that to save you time and money. So if you need to find a fuse and you're down the road, let's say you need to find the engine starter fuse, all you have to do, just search for it. 1 second, the video pops out and you can find which fuse you need to check. Another thing now, guys, we're constantly working here at the garage on cars, constantly taking things apart, and we make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos on every car we get at the garage. We have more than 1.2 million subscribers on our channels, guys. Check it out if you need help with mechanical work, body work, anything like that, it will be there. Now, something else, guys, relays, fuses, okay, they could be really expensive. You have special fuses, you can see like the JK's fuses, you have mini blade fuses, multi-fuse box, okay, and these fuses could be really expensive. So guys, we're going to show you those are Honda specific fuses that can be really hard to find, or they can cost you a lot of money. So we'll put a link in the description of the video below where you can get fuses, relays at a good price and quick shipping as well. So let's go ahead and continue now. So now we're going to demonstrate, guys, if you have a 2015 model we have right here, but if you have that generation Honda Odyssey and if it cranks but doesn't start, we will explain which fuse you need to check first, guys. Okay, first we are going to go now, okay, under the hood, and here, guys, okay, you're going to notice that we have two different fuse boxes. One is right here in that corner, that's the main fuse box. We don't need that one first, we need this one right there. That will be the one that we'll be checking first. Here, guys, if you open that fuse box, you will see the layout just like this one. Before we continue, let's explain why it's important to test fuses and relays now. So let me explain why it's super important, guys, to test fuses. Fuses, not often you can see if they're burnt or they're good. Sometimes they may seem perfectly fine, you think it's a good fuse, you put it back in and you end up spending money and time on parts and problems that do not exist, guys, when all you had to do, test your fuse, find out it's bad, replace it, fix your problem. So we will have a video how to test a fuse, okay, different kinds of fuses, and how to test relays, guys. We're going to put the link in the description of the video below specifically to that video. Please check it out. So here, guys, you have multi-block fuses. These two fuses are special fuses that consist of 8 individual little fuses. Let me show you what they look like so you're not surprised. That's the fuse on top, and if you come on the bottom through the side, looks like this one. Each of those fuses is for something, guys, and if one of them burns, you have to replace the whole fuse. That's bad news. Good news, we'll put the link in the description of the video below where you can get them at a good price. The fuse that you need to check, guys, here, okay, you have one, we're going to share the fuses for the fuel pump and the fuel system. Fuel injectors, fuel pump, you have multiple fuses, but we'll explain what else it could be. Make sure you stay until the end. Here in that fuse number 3, we need to check section number 2, that 50 amp fuse right here. That's the fuse that you will need to check. Now we need to go, guys, in the other fuse box that's under the hood again, and we're talking about the main fuse box right here. If we open that fuse box cover here, we're going to see a fuse box layout just like this one right there. Here we'll need to, guys, check fuse number 8, and we start 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we're talking about this fuse right here, and we need to check fuse number 10. This fuse over here as well. So these two fuses in that fuse box will need to be checked. Now in the other fuse box, in that one that we were, the little one, there could be one more that you need to check, okay, and if you come in that long fuse here, you need to check 1 2 3 4, the fourth section right here. Now there is another fuse box, guys. I'm not kidding. That Honda Odyssey has 5 different fuse boxes. On the driver's side, under the dash here, you have another fuse box, and if you open it, you will see it just like this one. Here we will need to check fuse number 21, and if we zoom in next to the fuses, you will have the numbers. That fuse right here is the one that you need to check. If those are good and your car still cranks but doesn't start, check the fuses and the relays for fuel pump, and fuses and relays for ignition coil, for ignition switch, guys. For ignition switch, fuses and relays. Thank you for watching. See you next time.